From getting confirmation that her manager staged the intervention, to her father always controlling everything about her life, here's how a rumored intervention was arranged for Britney Spears. According to sources, the superstar's manager staged an intervention while she was on a Mexico getaway. Multiple other reports alleged that it had been arranged so Miss Spears could get the help she needed, especially after those close to her had started to get concerned by her behavior, which they reportedly described as very difficult and absolutely chaotic.
Otherwise, I'm just bored. I don't like to get on the treadmill and just run. It's so boring to me. Like this morning, for instance, this guy came and he was like, my waiter. I was like, oh my God, you're adorable.
The same people stated that they were growing worried about Britney flying off the handle and refusing to take her medications. It was also reported that Spears was going to be taken to a house in LA, where her husband, Sam Asghari, her manager, doctors, and an interventionist would already be present. Like I said before, all of it was arranged primarily by her manager. And if you think he was doing it out of the goodness of his heart, think again. The whole idea behind arranging the whole thing was to convince Britney to start working on more music. It's no secret that Britney has been going through a lot in recent years, and this intervention just seems like yet another attempt to control the poor woman's life. Spears wasn't supposed to know about the whole thing beforehand, but apparently she became somewhat aware of it. She still agreed to meet with a doctor, and again, according to the same sources, it quote, went well. Here's what else we know about the alleged intervention. As most of us already know, following some mental health issues and breakdowns in the late aughts, she was placed under conservatorship. It was run by none other than her own father. A couple of years later, a documentary about her life was released, and that came with some newfound public awareness regarding the very unfair consequences of that conservatorship. Following the public outcry from that, Spears was free to live her life and make her own choices. Since then, she has talked openly about thoroughly enjoying her freedom, which has come with being able to drive herself, drink alcohol, use ATMs, use her own money, etc. She's even managed to find herself a great husband since then. Despite all that, some fans have started to question her behavior over the past year. She's been coming at her parents and the conservatorship on social media, while also making some outrageous allegations about things that happened during that time. She's been posting a ton of NSFW pictures on Instagram, which have allegedly been causing problems between her and her sons. According to TMZ, all of that is what prompted the intervention. That being said, no one involved in this rumored event has spoken about it, so we don't have any further details about what went down during it. That is, until Britney herself took to Instagram to set the record straight. She posted the following quote, "A state of gratitude will shift you to a higher frequency," alongside a caption that started with "enough is enough." She added to the caption to refute the rumors about the bogus intervention, saying that it shouldn't be legal for people to make up these kinds of stories. She restated that the conservatorship has been over for around a year, while also urging people to not believe anything they read online. She reassured them that she was happy and well, while also confirming that she no longer had a management team, despite all the reports that stated that the intervention had been planned by her manager. She also brought up her alleged use of medication that was harmful to her health, writing that the only medication she takes is Prozac. Her husband also responded to the rumors, going on the record with Access Hollywood and told them that there was absolutely no intervention and that Britney is in full control of her life. He also further urged people to stop speculating this deeply on her health. After all, that's what got her into the conservatorship that ruined her life in the first place. Her dark days went on for long enough. After going through a very public breakdown in 2007 and 2008, the pop princess was back on track, taking home all the awards and wads of cash. In 2019, she was all set to return to Las Vegas for another performance. Just a month before the kickoff date, she announced that she would be taking an indefinite work hiatus to take care of her father. Jamie Spears, Britney's dad, was undergoing a life-threatening surgery at the time. That was when Britney fell off social media for a couple of months, only to return to let her fans know that she was going to be taking a little more me time. In barely any time at all, news of her having checked into a mental health facility in California broke out, and it was then that the hashtag Free Britney movement was launched. It wasn't until until 2021 that Britney spoke out against her conservatorship for the first time, stating that 13 years was long enough and that she just wanted her life back. 2 months later, her father agreed to step down as conservator of Britney's estate. And in November of 2021, the conservatorship was finally brought to an end. So clearly that's where the pop star's relationship with her father fell out. But he wasn't the only family member she came after. Her sister, Jamie Lynn Spears, was called out too. The singer accused her younger sister of using an interview to promote her book at Britney's expense. She said that Jamie Lynn had never had to work for anything, while also refuting all the lies she told about always being there for her older sister. So what could Jamie Lynn have possibly told to prompt such a reaction? Jamie was on Good Morning America promoting her memoir titled Things I Should Have Said, a book that details her life story and her relationship with her older sister. During the interview, Jamie described herself as her sister's biggest supporter, while also stating that she had tried her best to end the conservatorship. She also called her sister's behavior erratic, paranoid, and spiraling. All straight up lies, according to Britney. And at this point, Britney wasn't going to let her family drag her name through the mud anymore, so she took it into her hands to set the record straight on social media. Jamie Lynn responded to Britney's response, stating that she was only talking about her experiences, adding that her life had been affected and controlled for a long time too. She talked about living under Britney's shadow and struggling to make a name for herself because of that. She said that she was speaking her truth, so they could all move on. But if you ask me, she's the one who opened the can of worms with that book of hers in the first place. Despite everything she's been through, no one can deny that Britney is a true icon. She started her career at just 11 and has been part of the entertainment world ever since.
Oh, you're so nice, Britney.
No, he was really nice.
Come on,
cool.
be the bad girl just for one night.
Yeah, it was just like I got way blown out of proportion. We exchanged emails for a little bit.
With over 150 million record sales, she's currently one of the best-selling music artists of all time. She's even hailed as the Princess of Pop for her remarkable contributions to the world of music. Even after all the drama surrounding her breakdowns and conservatorship, she's had quite a bit of success. Think back to that iconic collab with none other than Sir Elton John himself. The duo performed a new song, a reimagining of Sir Elton's iconic track, Tiny Dancer, combined with The One, which marked Britney's first comeback in music since her 2016 album, Glory. And what a comeback it's been. There's more. After all this time, we're finally getting a tell-all memoir from the princess herself. She just landed one of the biggest book deals of all time, getting paid a $15 million advance to get started on writing her memoir. This is the first big sign of her earnings potential ever since her conservatorship ended in 2021. So yeah, she seems to be doing well for herself. Of course, the rumor mill is still at work, churning out stories about her husband cheating on her and the pair allegedly getting divorced. But if there's anything we should have learned by now, it's to take all those stories with a grain of salt. And that's all I've got for you on Britney Spears' rumored intervention.